Welcome! Today I'm going to show you how 4-wave antennas are made. Now this is my own design, so I'm using scraps that I had at home to throw it together, but some of the parts that I have are going to be original parts that 4-wave either provided or that I purchased myself. First I had to drill a couple holes into a piece of square stock, and then I had a student weld it to the hitch. The 4-wave antenna can be purchased at the number 4 waveantennas.com from the original manufacturer of this particular antenna. It's a random wire, and I bought a 9-to-1 unun to use with this antenna to bring it down to where I can tune it with my tuner in any of my radios. An external tuner usually works best for the random wire. In this video clip, you'll notice I have the wrong size straps. I'm going to swap those out for the correct size, which is 1.5-inch straps. I have 3/8-inch bolts going into the hitch mount that I created, and the nuts are on the back. So I'm using the ball hitch hole to tighten the bottom one and the top of the tube to tighten the top one. And this is what's going to hold the Jackite pole in place, and you'll see here that I'm tightening the Jackite pole into place. I will loosen that screw later at the bottom and put the ground. Now I'm drilling the holes to hold the 9-to-1 unun. I got the wire directly from Curtis, KB3 Charlie Mike Tango, and he sent it to me so that I can make it exactly like they make their antenna. And the wire runs straight up through the Jackite pole and is terminated on the ends. So here's how I got the screws to go through. I just went completely through the square stock, and then I'm putting an adapter on. And that's because I usually run BNC connectors when I'm using my KX2. And if I don't need to run that, if I need to run PL259s, I can just take that off. We're fastening this to it right now. I had to trim my screws up just a little bit. I had really long screws, and they wouldn't allow me to tighten that on there. I couldn't have got the coax through there either, so I had to shorten the screws. And now, let's see what's next. Now we need to trim the Jackite pole. So the top section breaks easily, but I scored it first so that it didn't splinter. And I take off a little bit at the time until I can get the wire down through there. Again, if you want to get these, you can go to 4waveantennas.com and order your pre-made antenna, ready to go in the field. And eventually we're going to get this right. Now I'm going to chamfer the inside with my pocket knife, and let's push some wire down through there. Check the fit. All is well. Now you need to drill a hole in the end cap. Mine has seen some things and knows a thing or two, so that's why it looks like it has nylon super glued to it, because I had to repair my end cap because it broke. But you drill a hole right in the center, that's where your wire is going to feed through. Yo, check it out. Now we push the wire through the bottom of the Jackite pole, slide the cap on, and tighten that. Then we're going to terminate the ends of the wires. So the bottom side of the wire, the one that stretches from the bottom side, is going to have a spade connector. The top, this is a mistake. I don't recommend doing this, but I used an Anderson power pole, and that's not the greatest idea. I think you should probably put some kind of key ring or something to keep the top section of the mast from falling all the way to the bottom.
Let's listen for the click.
Click.
All right, Eddie.
Yep.
Get to pulling.
Get pulling.
You pull down,
That's what she said.
and I'll show them on camera.
God, I gotta get the wire.
So we're going to pull the rest of the wire through here. You can see Eddie is pulling, and then I'm going to let go, and then it comes all the way through, and then I can say, hey, Eddie, whoa, wait, let me pull this up so you guys can see what's going on. And there it is. It's kind of sneaking out.
Got
You can
about
see
2.5,
how short
3
that
more
piece
feet
got.
go.
So it's
All right,
not
watch it as it
exactly
comes
a
down.
31-foot Jackite pole. It's more like 30 feet.
There it is.
Now I'm going to terminate the end with a fork terminal. And I'm going to crimp that on there. Then I'm going to take it to some fire and shrink the rest of that down. And Curtis was nice enough to include all of this in the package that he sent me with the wire. So even the ground lug was made for me. And you can see that ground lug is connected down there at the bottom. And that connects to my hitch. And here's the wire neatly wrapped around. I'm going to 3D print something for that because those aren't going to last forever. And now let's deploy the antenna on the old Jeepy Weepy. And this is how easy it is. You just one-handed throw the wire off of the hooks, stretch it out. Here's where I had to push up the wire to get the top to come out. Because, you know, I'm going to have a mistake in everything. You live and you learn. Then you just do it right later. And looks like I need to lose a little bit of weight. I was getting so small, and then I started eating carbohydrates again. That has nothing to do with this video, but the more you know. So we're going to raise this antenna up, and you can't really see what's going on, but I can describe it to you. The sections are going up. And how about I show you what it looks like when it's fully deployed? This is what it looks like. It's just a Jackite pole with something at the top. But in the next video, I'm going to test this bad boy out. Thank you for liking this video and subscribing to the channel. And a special thanks goes out to these channel members right here. Thank you for your continued support. While you're at it, check out another video or subscribe to the channel by clicking the link.